So this is the editorial from October. If you click on the title, you can see there's the editorial there. Well, we're going to switch it for the November, so we have to find the November November editorial in our PDFs from the printer. So I'm going to open up one of these PDFs. Okay, page 4. So to scroll down, there's our editorial right there. Now another thing to remember about this website is that it's French and English. So we're only concerned about the English side right now. So we're going to highlight all this text here. I'm not going to take the W because this is a special case, because there's a, well, one of these W's there. The what's that called? Anyway, darn. Oh, large W. Anyway, actually it's going to work out perfectly because it's still a W from this year, so we don't even have to change that. The trick is, though, there's different formatting. This is formatted in a column here and it all ends there. It's not going to look the same on the website. So we have to do something else. We have to actually go into the source of this editor here. Now, the source is, in other words, is the HTML. So don't be too scared. It looks somewhat similar here if we click on source, except it's just sort of very plain text, typewriter text. The first thing you'll see here, oh, it's a drop cap. That's it. You'll see the W is there. It's in a special style called drop cap, which makes that special W. So we're not going to touch that W, but we're going to start with the end of the what, and we're going to highlight all this old text. We're going to leave that last little bit there too. It says J comments on. That's to add a comment. That's a special code to add the comments to this editorial. And I'm going to paste. You can see the formatting there. It's gone with the formatting from the paper. But when I switch it back to the source, from the source to the actual editor, it's actually turns it all into one big sentence. That's the only trouble we're going to have, because we're working with two different formats. Import PDF into HTML, there's going to be a little reformatting to do. So it's good just to sort of take a look at where the paragraphs are on our PDF and find them in our text here. So somewhere after 2008, MRC in 2008 involves a law and consultations. Well, this is a new paragraph. And reading on a screen is not the same as reading on a piece of paper. The piece of paper our eyes are more used to, so it's best to leave an extra space between the paragraphs just for the eye to rest a bit from looking at a video screen. Okay, then I go look for the next paragraph. Major mistakes. There's a new one starting there. And any other formatting too. So if it says tempo is usually italics, just scan through here. Like killing the goose that lays the golden eggs. That's something that is italic. So I'll make sure when I get to that point to look for that. First of all, misspell that goal. It's pretty quick. If you're used to editing any sort of text, you can find the end of paragraphs pretty quickly. So this is where our golden goose is, killing the golden goose that lays the golden eggs. Well, it's just like Word. There's italic right here, or you can bold it, or do any sort of thing you want. Underline. You can even, color the text if you want. I suggest not to. You can highlight it like a highlighter as well. I suggest not to do that, so we can actually use the back space there. So anyway, there's our text. It's highlighted, so that's fine. Just there's some very simple Word things here. You can add smileys and whatever, but you're not going to do that. We're just concerned with the bold and italic is mostly what's been used in the text here. So this is one full paragraph. Just quickly scan through it. No other bolds or italics. So there is no reason at the end there. There. Good. And we'll just leave an extra space at the bottom. You can see that J comments on that. That's a a thing to add the comment form at the bottom of this. So just, just ignore that, just leave it there. So next thing to do is, well, the created date. Well, it's still October since this is a saved one from last month. Oh, also that title has to be changed, but let's just go change this to sometime in November. November 2nd is fine. Just so that this, when we go for the archives and search for it in the archives, it's in the right month. Because if this is left in October, that's not good, because it will only be found in the October issue as opposed to the November issue once it goes into the archives. Okay, so we're just going to take copy this and bring it over here and go back to the source again. And because this is special sort of styling here, we just want to take the old text, the old and encouraging cultural season, and paste our new why do we care about urban planning. If we go back from the source to the thing, there, it's all done. So we can just save that. And our editorial's done. We know it's done. Now it's in a, if you're going to get a little bit confused, sometimes what I do is I run through these and I move them to unpublished. That's by I clicked on the unpublished thing, and so you can see there, don't touch this front page thing, just ignore that completely, otherwise it'll throw everything to the front page, which you don't want. But now just to keep myself straight, I know that I've done the editorial. It's completely finished on the English side, not the French side. So you can go down to the Town of Brome Lake Council, try that one, and then you're going to go back to the editorial, and you're going to, not the editorial, but the paper, and it's on page 7. Go down to page 7. We need the English one first, and you'll see that it's done by Francine Bastien. So that's important to note, that who wrote the article. So I'm just going to copy all this. Copy. This one's fun because there's bold and there's a few other spaces in it. So we're in the Town of Brome Lake Council, September. Well, it's actually October now, so this is for the October. And the second one is same thing. This is the alias, so let's remove it. And we'll just do an apply. Apply is different than save. Save closes the article, but apply is just sort of a quick save, but it keeps the article open. So as soon as you hit save, if I hit save, you'll see it brings me back to the list of articles, which I don't want since I haven't finished the Town of Brome Lake. But if you're working a long time on this, just remember this is not your home computer. This is through the internet. So you might want to hit apply a couple times if it's taking a long time to do an article. Just because your internet connection could go down or something like that. So we want to hit the source button. There's a select all here too if you wish to use that. That selects all very quickly. And I can do a paste. Oops. There we go. So you can see it's keeping the formatting from the PDF, but once I bring it back into the regular browser where I can do the bold and highlighting and all that, or the regular editor, it's created all one big line. So now I have to go through there, find, opening remarks, bold that, find the next, go down through all these and find out all the bolds and highlights, right down to the next council meeting. Now it does use your shortcuts, so you can do command bold italic, and it's going to do it using the command keys. You don't have to keep hitting these buttons all the time if you know shortcuts. Okay, so I'm going to continue to do all the articles like that. Once I'm done, I can hit published here, just so I know on my list, and when I save it, that I have completed that final edit of that article. See that now I know it's published. So if I come back after lunch or something, I'll know, okay, I've done those two. These ones are still to do. It gets faster as you go along. Now the last thing I'm going to show you in part 3 is how to do the French side of these articles.